Well guys, on to the next adventure. This one, it's not that I need an excuse for fishing, but it's Nathan Giddy's birthday on Monday. So as like a little bit of an introduction to Hooked on Fishing with me and Will, he's joining us. I decided let's go to Scotland. So it's now Tuesday. His birthday's not till next Monday. He did take a couple of days off work so we can get up there. The plan is, obviously, it's becoming an ever popular venue at the minute, is some of the spots that are up in Scotland there for the skate, and it's just growing and growing and growing really quickly. So our best guess is that people are going up on the weekend, and unless you're an absolute die-hard fan and you've been and done it a few times before and know the situation up there, you're not going to take days off during the week to go up there and possibly blank. It's not an easy species to target, is the common skate. From what I see online, there's quite a few people that go up there and fish quite a lot. Different places, different venues, rock marks, piers, drop-off ledges, little islands and all sorts, and they do struggle a little bit, but then some have got it bang off. I mean, only the last couple of days I've been seeing quite a few pictures come up, and there's some lads on there and they absolutely smashing it. They know what they're doing, and I'm still learning. We're still learning, anyone that go up, but I mean, now Will's busy with work this week, so I'm taking Nathan and his friend up. So they're new at it again. I've only a couple of trips in, so I'm sort of refining my equipment, refining my lines, my traces, my hooks, just trying to hone in on what is actually working 100%. Obviously we've got Joey Mackerel again, we've got Bluey. I'm not going to bother with all the other baits this time, just mackerel and Bluey's going to do me. Hopefully I can hook into a fish. If not me, then one of the lads that are coming. The plan is to leave here about 10 o'clock this evening to get to Lochaline for 10 or 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. So it's a drive through the night, a little bit better because of the traffic, and one of the ferries that we've got to get on doesn't start, it finishes about 9 o'clock in the evening, doesn't start again until 6:30 in the morning. So for us to leave early and then have to wait around, or if we leave late, there was no good as leaving this morning to go, which was the original plan, but if we'd left 9 o'clock this morning, we got there 9 o'clock tonight, we would have missed the ferry. If we had any little hiccups along the way or stopped too long for a bit of food, and then we would have been stuck at the ferry for quite a few hours waiting for it to come across. So plan of attack: in the van, up to Scotland, catch some skate. Let's see how we get on. Just waiting on Nathan now. Where are you two, Nathan? Come on, get in the car, let's go.
Well, the day has come. There's the car all loaded. Just got to go pick Chris up now. As if you can see up in here, look. Got two sets of accelerators, my box, my bed chair, polystyrene box, absolutely full to the brim with Bluey. We got some big Argentinian squid from Jammy's Baits. We're going to go pick up Chris now. We're going to load all his gear in, then we're going to get up to Ed, up Yumpton, and we're going to hit the road. 12-hour drive to the Highlands. Come on, hopefully we smash a few out, but if not, it's just good to have a little break away from work and a family. So yes, hopefully you'll see us with a few fish. Tight lines.
Gonna
back up in the lochs of Scotland. That last fish I had absolutely beat me to death. I'm not going to let it beat me. So using Nathan's birthday as an excuse to come up again, myself, Nathan and Chris have decided to venture up early, well, midweek. We got here about 2 or 3 hours ago. Priorities first, get the rods in the water, get them fishing. Just setting up camp now. And we'll see how it goes for the next couple of days. The forecast isn't brilliant at all. But it was the only time Nathan could get off around his birthday. So we're here, we're having a go. Come and say hello, lads. Right, Nate, first thoughts of the venue, what do you reckon?
Lovely, comfy, innit? Flat drop was absolutely stunning.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at that. Even if it didn't catch anything, mate, that has made it.
It has, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful.
I'll tell you what, the two of them have been like little kids on the way up here. When we come off from Glasgow Airport and then we start taking the country lanes and you start seeing the white mountains and the snowy roads, the pair of them have been out with the cameras snapping away and, oh, look at this one and look at that one, breaking their necks trying to get out the window and have a look, you know.
Yeah, it's not something that you think you'd see in this country, is it?
No, it's like you're on another world, to be honest, when you're up here. Even some of the rock marks, really. But we're here and we're having a go. I'm getting a bite on that rod over there. It's going to be a skate. I know it. Right, lads, what we'll do, or try and do throughout this session, it's going to be a couple of days, if not a little bit longer, is we'll run through some rigs, what we're using. Not necessarily that's going to work or that is correct for up here. It's what we're using with trial and error. These guys have never been. I've been a couple of times now, and slowly getting there, slowly getting to grips with it. So we'll run through some baits, some tackling up. Well guys, not exactly what we're after, but a welcome sight anyway. Little spur there, only 2 or 3 pound, maybe 3.5. Welcome sight, come in, lip hooked. He did try taking that tenner hook down though. Tangled up a couple of lines, so the lads are here now sorting them out. Gonna get this one back, get a bait on, see if we can get a skate. It's right on your corner as well.
Yeah, there you are. I don't want to snag up with anyone, do I?
Right guys, we've been here a few hours now. A little bit testing. We've had one spur dog, and if you look behind me, Chris is into a skate, I'm hoping. It looks a pretty good bend in his rod. That's a T1000 on there with his what have you got? The Daiwa Saltigas. So hopefully he's got a decent skate on here. We're not going to bully it, are we, Chris? No, we're not. As you can see there, he's struggling a little bit now. His legs are going bandy.
Took him back into the
Just
rocks.
took a bit of line on him. Took him into the rock. Hopefully he can gain a little bit on it. We'll catch up in a sec. Well guys, here's Chris into his fish. We know it's a fish now, we know it's a ray. Oh, skate, sorry. We've had the nods, we've had the shakes, small little runs, and one decent run now, wasn't it, Chris? He had him on for about 20 minutes now, and he seems to be stuck fast. Look at the tip of that rod, look. Plenty of power on it. That's T1000s, and plenty of power on it. That line is singing in the wind here. Hopefully we can get it in. We got Nathan on standby. He'll be down on the side of the rock in a sec. I'll lead him around, hopefully, and we will have landed a skate. Fingers crossed. Stay tuned, guys. Is there anything pulling there at all?
Yeah, just took a lot of line back down, yeah.
Skate down there. You want to get that gaff, mate, get that popped off.
I'll roll a sec.
And what I'll do, I'll hand
way
it
out,
out. When he gets him up, I'll hand it around, and you get down on the rock.
Yeah, it's quite a way out still, yeah.
If you can handle it, don't gaff
I won't
it.
gaff it if I don't have to. Put my boots in it on a minute.
I'm still recording this here, aren't I? As you can see there, he's struggling a little bit now. His legs are going bandy.
Took him back into
He's
the
just
rocks.
took a bit of line on him. Took him into the rock. Hopefully he can gain a little bit on it. We'll catch up in a sec. Well guys, I think we're into about an hour on this fish now, aren't we, Chris? It's we're gaining a little bit. It's taken a lot more. I think it's nearly spooled him a couple of times there, and he's gained a little bit back. But there's no sign of this fish stopping at the minute, so. What do you reckon of the fight so far?
Amazing.
No? What's your new favourite fish to catch? Skate, baby! Well guys, we've still got that one on. I think it's getting to about an hour and a half now, but while he was there, obviously we're trying to give him his little bit of space to let him do what he wants. None of us are experts, none of us know exactly what we're doing, so we can shout a couple of little hints and tips, but essentially the fight is all is. In the meantime, I took the scratchy rod out, just up the other end of the pier there, to have a little go. There we are, square dog number 2. Lovely little lively fish there. Gone. Right guys, as you can see behind me here, man against beast, man versus beast. He's now got him off the bottom. Keep steady pressure on that rod. Do not drop pressure. We've got him mid-water now. He's coming up to the surface. Fingers crossed we'll get a look at this fish. Come on, mate. That's the point now, almost. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of this stuff here, mate. I'm going to get him up here now, guys. Once I see him, I'll tell you what, I'll bring the camera down there now, and we'll see if we can see him on the surface there. Absolutely made up with this. Absolutely made up. What do you reckon now, Chris? Language?
Sorry, mate.
What do you reckon, Chris?
Good. It's good. I'll be back when I see him.
Yeah, come on, baby. Keep doing it. Spinning.
Pinwheeling. Hey! Go on, Chris. Tuna!
Come on, mate. Just trying to wait for see if I can see some colour.
There's your leader. Right, we've got leader. Right, Nath, you go down there. I'll tell you what, yeah, you get down there, Nath. Right guys, as you can see, one very happy Chris, one very happy Eddie, and one very happy Nathan behind the camera there. We have just landed this fish that Chris fought for 2 hours.
Really, I reckon, yeah.
Yeah, I'd say it's got to be going on close to 2 hours. At first, wasn't too sure on the scent that it was a fish, and then it did take a couple of good runs on us, and I'm getting wet behind here. I don't care. This is an absolute awesome. You look at this fish, big old male.
Oh, there's no.
Plenty of life in it. There's some claspers, look. Hey, one of they claspers will beat his personal best small I reckon. Well, that's the fish. We're going to get a measure now to get a weight of it, and then we're going to get it returned.
Get it back, nice and safe.
Just hold him to recover a bit. Hold him there, let him recover. Let me get around here. He'll flap off himself, so just keep him hold there. And when he wants to go, he'll let you know.
Well done, mate.
No, just keep him hold, mate. He'll flap off when he wants to go. Go on, just let him sit there, mate. And just give him a minute or two to recover. There he goes. He just took a gulp of air. Gulp of water, sorry, for his... Get rid of the air in his gills. Nate, go down and just pick his nose up. Just make sure he goes back right. Right, just let him recover there. It'll take a minute, mate, but he'll go back.
It's an absolute beauty. Stunning. There he goes. There he goes.
There he is, flapping away, look.
There he goes, look.
He'll be right there, won't he?
Mate, all he's got to do is get a gulp of...
He's swimming off, isn't he? Just sitting there a minute.
Right guys, so the rig that I'm using today, or that I'm using for the trip, I've got a straight through pulley rig. So what I've got is about 9 foot of 150 pound Rovex ×10 mono, and then breakaway imp clip, which I'm struggling with at the minute, is trying to find a clip big enough to hold the size of the hooks that we're using. What I've done is I've taken a little notch out of the inside of that one. It just holds it enough for me to cast. It's not working 100% of the time. So that's something we're going to have to look into, and if anyone's got any ideas, hit me up and give me a shout, let me know. We've tried off the ground shields, we've tried the splashdown clips, a variety of different clips, and we can't get nothing that's going to hold the bait or hold the hook until it touches the water, take contact with the water. So that's what I've got there, straight through. I've got a power swivel, now that's 695 pound in that swivel, to a bead, then a stop knot. If you can see that, I've just put a little stop knot over the line so I can slide that up and down if I have to. Now what that allows me to do is that when I've got my hooks on, and if for any reason I lose a hook or I have to cut that hook from my line, I haven't got to tie a whole new trace. So all I've got to do is slide that one up. Right guys, on the business end here, what I've got is a 6.0 Varivas catfish hook as my pen hook with a 10.0 Cox and Roll meat hook. These are absolutely, well, the both of them really are absolutely brilliant hooks, absolutely brilliant. Those paired up is what we're using at the minute. I think Nathan had his on the same sort of setup. What I'm going to chuck onto that one is whole bluey, which is we got from Jammy's Baits. Get on, Jammy, nice one, mate. It's what seems to be working at the minute. We've tried all sorts. We've got cool boxes full of mackerel. Cameraman sat on one back there. We've got another one down in front. So we've got plenty of bait. For a trip like this, really, you can't say, oh well, I'm going to use 5 or 6 baits a day, and then, you know, times it by 4 or 5, whatever it is you're going to do, because you just never know. You might get crabbed out, dogged out. Up here, the spur dogs are absolutely rife. They'll strip your bait in minutes. So with this bluey, I'm going to take his tail section off there, and in the tide that one goes. And then what I'm going to do is, with his head, I'm going to cut it right in the middle of his eyes, just to expose the end there, and a little bit of blood will start seeping out. Right guys, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to place this in just behind his gill, and then try and bring it out as far down as I can, but so it's still going through the fish. Just like that. A little bit of bait elastic. Now, because the tide's pretty strong up here, I like to use quite a bit of this stuff. Keep that bait on that hook at all times and keep that hook from rolling or pulling up into the fish, because it is quite soft meat in these blueies. Go all the way up. And then work my way all the way back down again. Good few wraps. Like I say, I'm not shy with this bait elastic. And then at the end, I'm going to do a couple of half hitches over the point of the hook. Just like that. So what I'll do, I'll take the line over my finger, under, pinch both lines, and then guide it with my finger over the point of the hook. And then that is half hitch now, with 3 or 4 half hitches over the shank of the hook, and I can simply snap it off. There's no way that that one's going to come unravelled. Now obviously from there comes down the pen hook. I'm coming out the opposite side of the fish with this one, so I'm going to give it 2 turns, and then straight through the fish, catching the bone as well if I can. Not that it's a big issue. There, to me, is that, well, that's the bait that seems to be working for us at the minute. It's a simple bluey bait, petaled up, 150 pound mono with a straight through pulley, and a 6.0 or a 7.0 Namex lead. I'll clean my hands up now, and what we'll do, cameraman can readjust, and I'll chuck this one out and see if we can keep it attached. Right guys, so there's my bait, clipped up the best I can. Nice well presented bait. Let's get him out there and see what we can do.
Bend it, just send it.
Now, I've got to say, I've been having a bit of trouble. I don't normally use braid. I've been having a bit of trouble with the cast, but I think that is the best cast I've had of the trip so far. So I'm in high hopes that I'm going to catch a fish with that one. As you can see, well, I'm not stopping this line. We've got 280 foot to go down, so that's going to stay like that now until it probably empties the spool hole. But yeah, we've had a hell of a lot of trouble with braids. We've used quite a few different ones. I've got some on order from Veals, Harry's sending it down to me. Unfortunately, I ordered it a little bit too late and it couldn't get to me for this trip. But I'm pretty sure it's going to go on the reels for the next trip. And we'll give it a go. Like I said, I've never used braid before. I mean, like LRFing, or well, not LRFing stuff, spinning and that sort of thing. You know, use a fluorocarbon leaders and stuff like that, and a lighter braids, nanofill and that sort of thing. But for the bigger sort of fishing, ray-in or taupe or anything like that, I've never really used braid. Can't say I'm a fan of it, to be fair. It's not really my cup of tea. I've got this real bad urge all the time, even when I'm fishing Chesil, just to absolutely wind the lead up and smack it to the horizon, and I can't do it with this. I've got to hold back and I've just got to overhead thump it. I think I'd end up doing damage to the rod or myself if I tried winding up with braid. I'm sure with a little bit of practice I'll get into it. Right guys, after all that excitement over there with Chris's fish, we had Nathan's ratchet go. By the time we got here, it spooled him. Well boys, we just got around here now and he's having another one.
First one spoiled me. Even if I lose this, I don't care. I'm absolutely buzzing.